Hello, my name is Amanda and I'm a Youth Services Librarian here at the Winter-Bellbrook Community Library. And today, in honor of Star Wars Day, which is in May the 4th be with you, I'm going to walk you through how to make this Baby Yoda plush. So let's get started. Some of the materials you would need to make this craft, you're going to need some felt. You're going to need green, tan, black, and pink felt. You are going to need some thread. So I have some thread here where you're going to need black, tan, white, and green thread. You will need a sewing needle. You will need some scissors, and you're also going to need a template to cut out your pieces. Let's get started. All right, so your first step is going to be to cut out the pieces of your Baby Yoda template. Now when you do this, make sure to leave a little bit of white around each piece, and I will show you why in just a minute. So once you cut out all your pieces, you will have all your template pieces. There they are. And so what you're going to do is then take each piece and cut it out on the corresponding felt. So the two body pieces are going to go onto green, the clothing, and the little hair piece will be going onto the green felt as well. The clothing pieces are going to go onto the tan felt. The ears, the inner ears are going to go onto pink, and the circles are going to go onto black. So just showing you how I cut mine out. Instead of tracing with a marker, I find it that it works and comes out a lot neater if you safety pin the template to your felt and then simply cut around it. It kind of helps keep it in place and doesn't move around. And then you don't have any of those ugly marks on your finished product. And there you go. So when you unpin the template from him, you have your Baby Yoda piece. Now make sure that you save all of your extra felt, because we are going to be using that to stuff the Baby Yoda plush. So once you cut out all of your pieces, they're going to look like this. So there you go, you have all of your pieces onto. All right, so your next step is going to be to take one of the body parts and you're going to sew on the eyes. You're gonna sew on, so for the eyes, you're gonna sew on with a black thread. You're just going to place them kind of lower on his head. So you'll take the black thread and you'll sew around his eyes. You'll take the green thread and you're going to sew on his little patch of hair on the top. And then you will take the green thread and you're going to sew on his inner ears. Once you have all these pieces sewn onto the body part, like so, what I did is you can either take your white thread and make him some eyes by just repeatedly going, making a circle with the thread, or you can, I actually used some fabric paint and just dotted it. And then you're also gonna need to take your black Sharpie and you're gonna make him a nose, and you can make him a mouth. If you'd like, you can go over it in the black thread, but it's not necessary. So once you get all those pieces finished and his eyes are dried, if you used the fabric, what you're going to do is you're going to take the second body piece and you're going to lay it underneath your Yoda plush. And then you're going to sew them together using the green thread. So you're going to sew, you'll start on one side and you're going to stitch all the way around here and stop at his neck. So you will just have his neck sewn together. From this portion, you are going to take your 2 clothes pieces and you'll take one of them and you're going to take the collar and you're going to put it on to one of the tunic pieces and you're going to sew along the top and the sides, making his little front of his tunic here. So when you're done with that, it'll look like this, and you're going to use the beige thread for this. So once you have all this completed, what you're going to do is you're going to take the piece with the collar on it, and that's going to go on the front of your Yoda, baby Yoda plush. The other piece is going to go onto the back, like so. So he'll look like this. All right, I'm just going to quickly show you how we're going to finish our plush. So what you're going to do is you're going to start over on one of his sides, and you're going to start sewing him together, making sure that you get through all of his layers. You want to get through his body and both layers of the tunic, and you're just going to stitch him together. All right, once you get to the bottom, you have half of him sewed and there's a opening here. So what you're going to do is take all of your extra felt that you cut out your body pieces on, and you're actually going to cut it into little squares. And so this is what we're going to use to stuff our plush. So you're going to very carefully kind of open him up, and you want to start in the head, and you kind of push all that stuffing up and fill his head up first. He doesn't have to be super stuffed. You want to make sure that you have enough room to close him up. So we're just going to put all this stuffing in there. And then starting to fill his body up, making sure that you're going to have enough to close him up. Probably going to put a couple more pieces in there. All right, once you've gotten him stuffed to where you want him, and make sure he's evenly distributed, you're going to close where he's at, and you're going to continue your sewing all the way around. Side of his neck, making sure you're getting the back pieces too. Now once you've got him all clean, all stitched up, and you don't see any big holes, you're simply going to knot off your thread, and there you have it. You have your very own Baby Yoda plush.